Check 1 2 1 2. Check. Gosh. Okay, are we good? Hey guys, welcome to the Thomas Brush Plays Your Frickin' Games, and we're gonna be sorry about that. It was muted. Hey, we're playing your games. They are all gonna be linked in the description. So when we play the games, go ahead and wishlist them if you think that they look fun, and then also, hey, go ahead and vote for those games as we play them. And the way the rules work. The way the rules work is only vote if you would actually keep this game. If you would refund this game, don't vote, okay? The goal is to try and get an accurate feeling of what a Steam game is going to get. Thumbs up, thumbs down, or you just didn't vote at all because you refunded the game. I think that's a fair metric. Wanted to say a huge welcome to Daniel D, Pongat W, Andes Uga, Chad McDonald, and Gregor Penv. These are new students who joined the full-time game dev program. This is my program. Really super duper proud of this program. It has over over 4,000 students worldwide. It's 50% off today. This ends soon. I think there's maybe 120 seats left. Maybe 115 seats left. You're going to get full-time game dev for 50% off, which is my program on how to actually make a game, not only in Unity, Godot, or Unreal, whatever you want to pick. You can pick your engine. It's totally fine by me. You can learn all three if you want. You also learn how to submit this game to publishers and get publishing deals to go full-time with just a demo. You also learn how to kickstart your game. I've done this multiple times. And also how to hit the Steam front page. I've done this multiple times. So be sure to check it out below. You also get 2D Art and 3D Art Pro. My programs on 2D Art and 3D Art completely free, but only for this sale event. Guys, this does support the channel. Think of this as a sponsorship for the channel. The good part is it's not some random sponsor. This is me sponsoring myself, which is, frankly, it's always a great position to be in if you're a YouTuber. So it means a lot that you guys listen to the ad reads. Okay, so how are we doing? Are we good? Are we ready to start playing some games here, guys? Can you hear me okay? Check 1 2 1 2. Check. Are we good? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Are we ready to start playing some games? Okay. Let me check here. Checking. Yep, we're good. Awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the first game, which is called Deck of Haunts. Let's go. And I've got my window open, guys, because it's so beautiful out today. A breeze is coming through the window. I can hear my kids screaming in the distance. They're playing. So if you hear screaming, they're okay. They're just playing. It's a beautiful day. All right. Let's go. Are we ready to roll? It's a little loud. I love this. Really cool. Let me turn it down just a little bit for you guys as well. Okay. Wishlist, settings, play, reset, quit. I wish the cards went up a little bit every time you hovered over them. I need a click sound. There was no click sound. Okay, welcome to Deck of Haunts. You play as a haunted house trying to consume humans entering your domain. So I am the haunted house. Pretty cool. Keep the humans away from your heart. Play your cards on humans. Kill them or drive them insane and steal their essence. Fun. Build rooms with essence to expand. So the loop is you basically kill humans, get their soul, and use their soul to build your house. And expand your strengths and gain bonuses. Okay. During the night, you play cards from the deck. Oh boy, guys, I'm not very good at these deck games, so please forgive me. And you're gonna need to help me out here. I really wish there was click sounds, but there's not. So that would be nice. It looks amazing though. The UI is phenomenal. Super pretty UI. AO Raps. Who's AO Raps? Okay, let's go. Sorry. During the night, you play cards from your deck to damage health or drain sanity of humans. Okay? Action point. I'm so bad at this stuff. I'm not the right person to play this. Target. Damage. I'm so bad at this stuff. My brain isn't cut out for this. Oh, that feels amazing. So what's going to end up happening during this this playthrough, guys, is we're mainly going to discuss visuals and feel and music. I kind of feel like the graphics and the artwork. Let me scroll my blinds down. It feels amazing, but I would say that the music isn't working for me personally. I don't know why. I can't quite put a finger on it. Yeah, this looks amazing, honestly. Humans will enter, and if they're lucky, escape your domain here. Okay, I wish I understood what to do. So I select this human. There's John. We could drain 2 of their health. Oh, that's cool. I love that. Look at that, guys. Isn't that cool? Ooh, making him go crazy. So I drained his sanity. What's this? Heart room. Your heart. Humans will damage it upon entering. Once destroyed, it's over. This is very interesting. Okay, well, let's see what we can do to John. I guess we could just drain his sanity again. Okay. End turn. Okay, so he goes. Okay, okay. He's in another room. I could damage him. Okay, I keep doing it, I guess. Any human, move human to a random room. Cool. Wait, what's the difference between this and this? Collapsing spaces changes human location. This one is instantly teleport a human to a random room. I want to try this. Why would I want to do that? Sorry, guys. I'm telling you, I'm not good at these games. Please, please, please forgive me. Graphically amazing. Let's discuss the music really quick, and we're going to keep playing. We're going to keep playing because I think, honestly, this is a really, really well-made game, clearly. The music is hurting the experience, in my opinion. I feel like it needs to be less, it needs to be unassuming. So the thing about game music, in my opinion, the thing about game music is that it needs to not get in the way of the experience. And especially if you're streaming, like this is a streaming game. This is a great game for streaming. And if I was a streamer, I'd be like kind of annoyed or like frustrated by this music. Again, this is just my personal opinion. I would much rather have something really, really calming and slightly disorienting or disturbing. So Resident Evil Save Room, I always go to the Resident Evil Save Room, is a great example, potentially, we'll see, of what this could sound like.
Hold on, take a look at this.
Be quiet. Okay, hold on, I'm pulling up the Resident Evil Save Room. Okay. Much more unassuming and calming. Because it's got a cozy vibe to it. This is really cool, honestly. Really, really cool idea. But the music automatically makes me feel better. And look, we can even go to... Hang on, let me close my window. One sec. We could even choose music that's a little bit less melodic. Like, for example, watch this. Let me do this really quick. You just got to type in like moody horror atmosphere on YouTube, and you can find some really cool stuff. Here we go. Do you guys see why I'm choosing music that's a lot more unassuming? See that? This feels so much better. Okay. But that's just me, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get rid of this human here. I'm going to end the turn. I don't know why I would, actually. So why do I want him to go insane? What does he do if he goes insane? Ooh, what's this? Oh, those are the things I've used, I think. Okay, so you're getting a random deck of cards. That's or a random hand, right? Is that how it is? Unkeep essence cost, heart room. Okay, I could build my deck. At the end of every night, you can choose from a selection of cards to permanently add to your deck. Cool. All right. Building in basic rooms. During the day, you construct rooms and change your layout. Build common rooms so humans will take more turns to reach your heart. Placing room tiles of the same type next to each other will merge them into a single room. Ooh, cool. The setting changed, so it's daytime. What's over here? The game looks incredible, honestly. Really beautiful. Looks like it's not isometric, actually. There's a subtle depth to it, which is nice. So cool. Wow. Okay, let's throw in a kitchen. What a strange concept. Brilliant game. Isn't that cool, guys? Expanded the living room. That's so cool. What a concept. Brilliant. Yeah, I would highly like, this is just my opinion, but I would recommend that the developer use music like this. This is a cozy type game. It's slow and calming and eerie. And I would think music like this is much better. Again, let's go back to the other music. I think music is going to be the biggest problem. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, I'm being hesitant because, frankly, this game, the developers know what they're doing. So I don't want to give too much advice when, in reality, these aren't even my peers. This is great. These are my superiors. But let's listen to the music. Add tension, huh? It's the violin, I think, but it's just me. I'll shut up about it. Very awesome. Okay, let's move on to the next game. Really cool, honestly. I'm gonna write my review down here. It's hard for me to review a deck game. I would have played Balatro and I would have said, you know, it's fine. It's like a 6. I wouldn't have known. I have no idea how these games work. They're just not in my paradigm. But I'm going to go ahead and write my review down there. And guys, go ahead and click the link below. If you would buy this game and if you would keep it, you wouldn't refund it and you would actually play it, leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Okay? Bad Games Factory says maybe just adding a little bit more reverb to the piano would make it more ambient. Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me, I'm burping here. Okay, let's see here. Tritian says, I love the card art. Yeah, artistically, that game was incredible. I think it's hard for me to rate the gameplay. Again, I don't play these games. But in terms of the artwork, top tier. The music is good. I just don't think it works for that game. So I would prefer a more ambient soundtrack. Or maybe something that's more arpeggiated. ASMR arpeggiated music might work really well for that too. You guys ready for Tropicalia? Let's jump into Tropicalia. All right, you guys ready? Where do we post our games? Post your games on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/ThomasBrushDev. Yeah, I didn't quite understand the story for that game, but I don't know if that matters. Warning, this game references violence, nudity, and what? You are free to record. I didn't get to read it in time. I'm the only man interested in... Okay, so we're about to get some nudity. I'm only interested in what is not mine, law of man, law of... What is that? Anthropophagist. Anthropophagic... I can't read that word. Anthropophagic manifesto. I can't. I don't know. Okay. That menu feels pretty good, actually. Oh boy. Music is way too loud. There we go. My name is Jack. Why is the font not pixelated? My name is Jackie Jiteri, and I'll be your guide. Before proceeding, I'm going to ask you to equip these items. Tomahawk. Small shield. Want an explanation of how to equip items? Sure. Boy, this isn't really the best way to start a game. You need to teach them while they're playing. You don't teach in a tutorial. You just need to start the game and then they slowly learn the abilities. This is too much for me. I can't quite handle this. My brain is already freezing over. And that's because I'm a first world, short attention span American. And that's what your gamers are going to be, mostly. All right? It's just the way it is. To open the menu, okay, blah, 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 mouse, right click. What does that do? Right click. What? Oh, to open the menu. What? When you open the menu, go for the third option. Equip. Oh man, this isn't how you teach. Oh boy. Thematically, you choose the best equips. Pick optimize? Okay. To choose yourself each you can equip weapons, shields, and equipments. So there's some stuff getting lost in translation here because this is a Brazilian game, meaning that it could be that there's translation issues. I don't know if there is. It seems like there is. Every equipment changes your Every equipment changes your parameters in different ways. Even equipments of the same type have different values. Every equipment has its own durability. You can see it. This is way too much. Okay. It's too much. It's too much. You need to teach me this slowly. This is why games are expensive to make. it needs to be presented to you slowly. And I don't need a tutorial. I need to be presented to this stuff slowly in the actual game. Way too much information. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Yay, I saved. So I'm playing as like a Native American or no, this is a Brazilian game. So I'm like a native in the old times. In Brazil, I think. Where'd the music go? I don't understand. How do I get back to the main menu? What? Oh, here we go. Oh. Okay, let's try and play the game instead of doing the tutorial. I got a map. No, no. What? Okay, graphically, visually, the game is, it's fine. It definitely has the classic feel to it. Oh, that's cool. Attack. Oh, I needed to click, sorry. Okay. Got it. Okay, that was pretty standard, but it works. I got some rewards. Okay. Yeah, the music isn't my favorite. It's a little repetitive. Doo-dee-dee-dee. So one of the things we want to do with these kind of games is we want to come up with a unique mechanic, and I don't think there's anything fully unique going on in this game. Maybe the setting is a little bit unique, but not sure there's anything super unique going on. Okay. So the music is there's a disunity with the music. You've got pixel or like 8-bit music playing, and then all of a sudden that reward song was not, right? So yeah, I don't feel like there's a hook in this game. There's not quite anything really going on with the. Okay. So far, I mean, it's not my cup of tea. It's not my style of a game, and I don't feel like there's much of a hook there. You play in a fairly unique, I guess it's kind of a unique environment, but it looks like a standard retro top-down game. Pretty straightforward gameplay, nothing super duper unique that I could see in the time we had, right? And so we've been playing for 30 minutes. We've got 5 games to get through. So, is it like Tarzan? Yeah, I don't fully understand it. So there's nothing really fresh or new there. So I've just written down my score. Guys, go ahead and click the link below and go ahead and do a recommended thumbs up or thumbs down. This assumes you would keep the game on Steam and that you wouldn't refund it, okay? If you're somebody who would refund this game, don't leave a review. We want the sample size to be as clean as possible, okay? So go ahead and do that. Okay. Are these tech demos? Yes, they're all demos. Jungle Pokemon, is that what it is? Yeah, and I'm not sure that that's a strong enough hook. some of you might be wondering, we've gone through this before, but let me try and explain. Some of you might be wondering, Thomas, you just played the game for 5 minutes. Give it a fair shake, give it an hour. Give it 20 minutes. And the way I play these games is the way that I assume most gamers are going to play these games. They play it and they're gone. If you don't hook them in the guys, seriously, if you don't hook them in the first 15 seconds, they're out of there, gone. They will not play it. So we're going to use that same mentality here in playing demos. If it doesn't hook me, gone. And I can tell when you guys are getting bored. I could tell when you're ready to move on to the next game. All right, you ready? Let's move on to the next game. This game is called Sphere Buddy Demo. You need to introduce the gameplay, the hook, the gameplay, the story, the motive, the character, the setting, the sympathetic traits of the character. All of this needs to be instant. In 10 seconds, they need to know. That might be a little dramatic, but something like that. Okay, so this game is called Sphere Buddy 64. If you're going to call something 64, everything needs to be pixelated. Okay, so we've already got a problem here, which is the game is trying to be a retro game, but everything is high res. Like, this is 4K. It shouldn't be. It needs to be crunchy, right? And pixelated. But it feels good. It's just it's not really working with the 64. But let's go ahead and hit play. Menu's fine. Sphere Buddy and Mr. Uncle got stuck in this strange world. Help them. Let me read that and then press space. Okay, so those textures, there's anti-aliasing on the textures. You need to choose, what's the setting in Unity? Gosh, guys, what's the setting called in Unity when you do low resolution, but there's no softening and smoothing with the texture? What's that called? I'd rather roll. I wish I was rolling. The filtering. Yes, you're adjusting the filtering. N64 has filtering? Maybe it does. I don't know if you're right or wrong, but this feels off to me. So I wouldn't use filtering. And you notice, guys, that there's some of the textures are much smaller than other ones, like that right there. Notice how the texture is very, very big on the bottom, but in the middle there, it's much more tiled. And so it's causing some inconsistency in graphics. So this graphical style doesn't fully feel N64 to me. Hi, Sphere. Okay, so I would give me like a or a ring. So there's a lot of sounds that you can grab from artlist.io. Granted, you have to pay a bigger fee once you launch your game. It could be very expensive, but they have some really cool retro N64 sounds that you could use for this. Hi, Sphere Buddy, This Strange World. What? Hi, Sphere Buddy, This Strange World. Enjoy the demo. I think it's trying to say, hi, Sphere Buddy, welcome to this strange world. Enjoy the demo. What? Okay, so one of the rules with platforming is you should always have, especially at the beginning, you should have the platforms perfectly fit the mechanics of the player. So I should be able to jump perfectly onto a flat surface. And there's also clipping there. And I don't know why that's rotated. It's just causing it to feel buggy. Yeah, this is all off when it comes to platforming. Platforming needs to be fit perfectly with the player's jump height. Okay, what about this? Okay, give me a sound there. What's the story? There's no story. Give me a motivation. Quickly. Quick and dirty, right? Make it fast. My mom is a square, and the circle world didn't want to let her participate, and so they banished the square mom to a dark corner of the universe, and it's your job to go rescue your mom and all other squares, because at the end of the day, all shapes deserve to have a voice, right? Something like that. I can't jump on anything. The jump height is just so the world doesn't feel built for the jump height. Graphically, it's really kind of bland. The music doesn't match this environment. Let's go ahead and I can't pause. Oh, I could triple jump. Okay. I can't get out. There's no pause menu. But let's go ahead and find a better song. Well, I can't because I can't mute it. So never mind. Whoa. Oh. They're disappearing. That's odd. Okay. Okay. What else here? Why do some things have textures and other things don't have textures? That's a struggle I have as well. Okay, but let's keep going. The movement feels good. The camera's not great because it's clipping into the ground sometimes. Like this right here. Well, it depends. Okay, I think we're actually pretty good. The camera seems fine, actually. I thought it clipped, but I think we're good. A lot of the things are unwrapped improperly, so like that's unwrapped improperly, so textures aren't lining up. And just because it's N64 doesn't mean you can't line them up, and make it clean. Some textures are really massive, like that one is super scaled up. Yeah, it's amazing how much better your game can be when you just give a motive. So there's nothing really hooking me. I feel completely oblivious to what I'm doing and who I am and what the point of this even is. I don't even know what the goal is. Like, even the mechanical goal, I have no idea. Like, what the heck is... What? What? Why did I... Okay, so apparently I can get up there. Why are all worlds opened up? Gemstones. But you should show it up there, how many I need. All right. Okay, we'll try one more world. Yeah, too much is being presented to me too quickly. There's a sort of a lack of color theory here. I want to open up Photoshop and show you guys how we can make this look much better, much better. So I'm going to screenshot. Okay. Let's take this. I want to show you really quickly what we could do here. Am I... Oh, sorry. Well, the punch sound is a little delayed. Let me show you guys how you can use color theory to quickly make your game feel amazing, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to open up Photoshop here. And yeah, I pretty much have a good idea of this game. So let's open up Photoshop, and we're going to take a look at the issues with the color theory. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Okay. What were you able to see, guys? Pay attention to us, Daddy. Okay. Let's go ahead and open up the game, and I'll show you guys. So you guys weren't able to see the game? Really? At what point were you not able to see the game? Hang on, guys. Hang on. Were you really not able to see the game? Holy crap, I'm zooming. I'm going... Okay, so you did see some of the game. You didn't see the ice world. Okay, hang on. Okay, all right, chill. Everybody frickin' chill. I'm going to show you the grassy world that I was just in. Did I alt-tab at some point? I'm sorry, guys. But everybody needs to chill out, all right? Jeez. All right, so let me show you. Jason, why didn't you text me? What's wrong with you? Oh, you did. So he did text me. Okay. So let's. I'm just kidding, by the way. I'm just being sarcastic. Okay, let me show you guys the green world, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to open up Photoshop, and I want to show you how you can make it look potentially 10 times better. Can you see my screen? No chill, only frill. So here's this grassy world. And in my opinion, there's no use of color theory at all. It's fairly random. It doesn't really feel very good. The colors feel like they were sort of just picked from Paint, Microsoft Paint. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up Photoshop and we're going to make it look better. Okay? And guys, why do I do this? Why am I critiquing people's games? Am I trying to be mean? No, I am not trying to be mean. I'm trying to be helpful. Okay, so let's choose our colors. I'm thinking green, like a tealish green, for all of the green. And then the sky will be like a teal. Okay, so I'm going to grab all this. Okay, there's that. Whoops. And this, guys, this is going to help you a lot, actually. If you can get a solid color theory for your game, you can maybe make it twice as good, just based on simple color theory, okay? So if I take this, I could do something that's a little bit more vibrant. There we go. But more interesting. So let's do a teal. And go to horizon. So, see that? Look. Now, it feels really like, what's the word? It feels really sad. And so all you got to do is add just subtle pops. So what I'm going to do is do subtle pops of clouds, but we're going to do low resolution. So I'm going to do something like this. And watch, if I scale it down, and then I would set this to nearest neighbor, this right here to nearest neighbor, and I scale it back up, it'll be like a pixelated look, okay? So this isn't perfect, but this is the idea, okay? So we're just going to do subtle clouds that we can see through the trees. You see that? So really, you could change a ton of the mood of a game just by adding in a subtle skybox. Okay, let's go ahead and make all the green match for the trees. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to grab this. All of the tree parts are going to be the same color green. Now the grass we're going to do differently. Okay. So let's actually just grab this here. This green trees right here. I'm going to grab that and this as well. All of these are going to be the same color. What's happening is there's a lot of green and it feels random. And what you want to do is separate the surrounding wall trees from the ground so that there's a clear distinction between the two, but you also still want to use good strong color theory. Okay, so I'm not going to grab any of these vines. I may actually make the vines a completely different color. Okay, so watch this. If I take that, we're going to go ahead and add a hue saturation shift here. Oh, good. Much better. We'll saturate it up. Yeah, give me some saturation here. Maybe desaturate a little bit. Let's see. Yep, okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually select the grass here. All the grass, anything I can jump on, is going to be the same color. And you know what? I may go back on what I said earlier. I may want this to be the same color, that sort of yellowish green. Let's do colorize. There we go. So this one here, we're going to try and see here, drop down the saturation, make it a little bit darker, or Let's see here. Let's find the right color. There we go. Okay, now this neon green is problematic. So what I'm going to do is grab this neon green. Or it's not a neon green. It's almost like a vibrant Kelly green. I don't know what the right term is. But we're going to grab this. And we're going to experiment with some color here. Yes. Okay. We've got all those. Good. Okay. I'm going to copy that. Paste it. Yep, we've got it. And then we're going to do a hue saturation shift and see what kind of color changes we can make with some good color theory here. Good, that matches. Good. Yeah, we're going to do that. That's good. So notice how we're trying to match all of the greens. Okay? So we're matching all of the greens, and then what we want to do is match all of the grays. Okay? We've got 3 different grays, okay? Actually, no, we've got 2 different grays. I like this gray here. Oh, we've got this. Let's see here. Yes, we didn't get that. Okay. Take this. There we go. Paste it. Together, merge those layers together, and then do this. There we go. Okay. The reds are a problem. So what we're going to do with the reds is we're going to go ahead and select all of the red, and we're going to make it a much more unique pop of color. Okay. What we're using is color theory here to make this world have its own unique identity. Okay. So I'm going to remove this. Our buddy, we'll worry about our buddy in just a second here. And I'm going to paste this in here, go all the way up here, and then we're going to do a hue saturation shift here. We're going to find the right color. Oh, yeah. That's cool. Look at that. Very nice. Very nice. This guy needs to be much more vibrant. So we're going to use a vibrant sort of orangish color for our buddy. Our main character. Let's try a more neon yellow. Nope. I kind of wish he had shade to him, but that's what I would do right there. And then the red, I would just make it pink to match this world. But then again, you can have some problems because if you go into each world and I'm always matching that pink, you got to make sure that that pink is in every other world. Okay, so far so good. Oh, I was right. Okay, we have 3 different browns. So you need to pick. Do you want brown or do you want gray? So we've got gray, this hyper-saturated brown, and then we've got this low saturation, right? And it's really hard to determine what the developer was going for with all these different colors. So what I'm going to do is our final thing here is I'm going to colorize the brown. See what I did here, guys? So I could do a low saturation here, like this, like that. That actually looks really good, in my opinion. Okay, so here let's go ahead and make sure we add a little bit of shading below this because I'm getting some issues with my colorizer. Or I did a colorization with the hue shift, and now I'm missing out on that dark color underneath. So I'm going to fix that really quick. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and merge all this together. And we can, actually, this right here, what I just had, I'm going to go back in time. Give me just a sec, guys. I want to make sure I save this so we can compare and contrast. Oh, crap. That sucks. I have to do it again. Hang on one sec. There we go. And then we're going to go back up. This is just our comparison. Okay, there's that. I'm going to save this as test. Let's go ahead and add that dark shade again to this here. Almost done, guys, almost done. And then I want to show you how we can change the UI and the music and make this have much more of a strong personality. So there's that. You could use sun shafts, and I think sun shafts are totally fine in an N64 type game. So you could have just a very subtle sun shaft right here. We'll scale it down and then scale it back up to get it pixelated. And you could do something like this. These will just be planes or quads in your world. Sun shafts and then flowers. So I'm going to just take a circle. We're going to use that pink. We're going to scale it down. So you'd have these sort of bouncing around in the game. Bouncing, you know? And then, finally, if I merge all this together, we can discuss the UI. 2 out of 30. So what I would do is, I know that N64 games, they would have non-pixel fonts, and I remember a lot of these N64 games just looked super ugly. They were trying to use like high resolution fonts, which is totally fine, and that definitely is era. It's true to the era. But if it were me and I was making this game, I'd have a really clean pixel font. What did I use today? I used one today. Let me double check. It was called what? Simtext. This one's great. There it is. Look how pretty this looks, guys. And then you could even, so you could have that there, and then you can imagine what it would look like in various places. Kill, or like dialogue. Hello, big ball. Go get your mom. Do you see? Do you see how clean this looks? Does this make sense? All right, if you don't like the yellowish green tone, that's understandable. I've had many people say that for my games. They don't like the yellowish green tone, which is totally fine. So we can go to our yellows and just shift more towards the green, drop the saturation down. And then we can also go to the pinks. Pink looks really good with yellow, so we could go to the magentas, and you could shift them more towards the red or towards the blue. So we could do more towards the red, drop the saturation down. So now we're getting more of a consistent tone, okay? Hang on one sec, okay? So here's what we've got, okay? And we could even go more green if you wanted to, okay? So here's this, and then here's what it was. So do you guys see how we're creating a more consistent color scheme here? Does this make sense? And all it is color. That's all it is. So you can accomplish a ton with just a solid understanding of color theory. Let me sort of fade that out here. Color theory is like the number one thing. And then also, we could go in and just say, hey, look, what kind of music would we want? And you could, the best example, if it were me, is, give me just a sec. Ready? So this is the kind of music you could use. Suddenly the game comes alive. You're matching the tone of the music to the tone of the color palette. Personally, I like these colors better. I think this is way stronger. But regardless. See, this doesn't feel like the real world because there's something off with the coloring. It doesn't feel natural. It feels alien. This feels natural because it uses natural colors. There you go. Can you hear it? How's that? Now I want to show you guys one more thing. So, one final thing, and this is not necessarily true. Not necessarily true to form with N64, but what you can do to accomplish a ton of mood and depth to a 3D game is to take a directional light and throw shadows with the directional light. Now, we don't have any directional light in this game. All we have is ambient light. So I want to show you really quick what we can do with directional light and make it feel. I mean, actually, there may be directional light. It just might not be angled properly. But what you could do with directional light is you can create depth. A lot more depth into the world. See this? I'm going to set it to overlay. Do you see? A lot more depth can be added with long shadows and make it feel moody. Now suddenly that ground doesn't look so flat, right? Look, see that? Does that make sense? Again, it's not true to form to add post-processing because N64 didn't have post-processing. Although, if sometimes Perfect Dark felt like it had post-processing. But I don't think it was technically post-processing. But if you wanted to, you could add some bloom to the world here. Like that. And the whole thing just comes to life. See? You could even add a little lens flare. But that's neither here nor there. You know, you could still do just fine with this. Does that make sense? Okay. So Sphere Buddy, I have a score for it. I think it could be visually. Look, visuals and music are what's going to make this game work. Okay? Because it's a nostalgia game. That's what it is. Here's what it was. Now here's what we've got. So that's the direction I would take it if it were me and I was the art director. All right, you guys ready to move on to the next game? Let's move on to the next game. And by the way, guys, check out Full-Time Game Dev below. And if you're a student, by the way, let me know in the chat if you're a student. If you're not a student, check it out below while we're streaming here. You'll learn how to make indie games from your bedroom. The reason I've been doing so many sale events, I did one for Black Friday and then also one for New Year's, is because these are the two biggest sale events of the year. So be sure to check it out below. These will not be here in, I think you've 10 days left. After that, they're going to be over. So be sure to check it out below if you want to learn how to make games from your bedroom. Okay, what's the next one here? Pedalverse. Oh, I've been looking forward to this one. And to the developer, I'm not sitting here trying to flex and say, look how cool I can make it. I'm trying to say, look at what color theory, if you just get a strong sense of what color theory is, you can make your game really shine. Okay, so Pedalverse, let's take a look. Ooh, those buttons feel really good. Why is there that's weird. Loading. In Pedalverse, it's just you, your bike, and nature. Explore the open landscape freely, no boundaries, just adventure. I have a feeling this game is going to be slow. I could be wrong. I've played indie games like this in the past episodes where it was just slow. This, however, doesn't necessarily look like Unreal. This might be Unity. Well, let's double check. Ooh, this feels great. Random tracks, trail roulette. My PC is starting to take off. Pretty slow. That's a rough controller graphic. Why is it squashed? I can't read this. Yeah, we need to darken this so that we can actually read all. Oh, and definitely getting information overload here. Everything's squashed, and suddenly the game feels incredibly cheap. And that's not good. I just want to do a free ride. Let me turn it up for you guys. Yep. Yeah, we're looking at Unreal here. Whoa. Okay. Can I get into third person mode? This is kind of fun, actually. It feels slippery. Okay. I think well, I'm not sure there's a loop here, but we'll try. I'm feeling aimless, and I'm not quite sure if that's my fault. If it was timed or something, or it was a race. Okay. Let's slow down, Thomas. Whoa, it's so hard to control. But it could be me, you know? Let me turn it up for you guys. Okay, so it feels slippery. I'm not sure what the word is. It feels like I'm slipping. It feels like it's made out of soap. I can't really turn it up. Let me try and turn it up for you guys. It's pretty quiet. Yeah, that feels really slippery right there. Like this. How do I, like, drift? Whoa, I can zoom? Whoa, okay. So holding shift goes... Shift is sprint, so you can go faster. Let's try again. I want to go up here, though. Whoa. So that doesn't kill me for some reason. This is insane. Whoa! I'm about to go into the skybox. Is that a skybox? No, that's a mesh. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. It feels very cold. The game feels very cold, and empty. But let's see if we can actually play it here, because I kind of suck. That's not fair! How do I slow down? Okay, let's see here. I could change the weather. Cool. Can I? I didn't do anything. Nope, doesn't do anything. Let's go to our settings here. Take a look at our controls. Press and hold for movement tricks. Okay. E and R. Sprint is shift. Control is manual. Switch to drone. Oh. Switch camera. Oh, C. But how do I slow down? Do I not have a brake? Okay, I'm gonna at least switch camera. Okay. But I'm confused as how to brake. This is Jason. Thomas, you need to go back and watch this on video on demand. The bitrate compression is wild. Is it really? Okay, so let's. Where's the brakes? Whoa, whoa. Okay, so it does work. Hang on, it's super loud. This is cool though. I love this weather. How do I brake though? Whoa! Okay, so we've got some decal projectors on my body. They're very odd. I think you die a little too much. How do I brake though? Surely I could figure out how to brake, guys. Come on. Help me out here. There's no break. The weather's cool, though. Okay, let's just go slow. Oh, it's back. Back. What? I got killed by a tree branch. Hang on. Okay, so back is like instant stop. So we're gonna use that. Okay, this is actually getting fun. I just like the weather. It's cozy. It just doesn't feel like an actual bike. It feels like I'm on a bar of soap. Okay, okay. There we go. Whee! The movement needs some work, for sure. It's tough. It's tough to control, and it feels really janky. I know that I'll die if I touch a tree. I love the weather, though. This is really cozy. Whee! Nice. Okay, I'm having fun. Oh, don't die. No! I'm sure once you figure out the controls, it's pretty fun. Because I'm kind of starting to enjoy it. Wait, where am I going? Come on! You know I wouldn't have died. Whoa! So fast. Woo! Okay. Let's try again. All right. So I'm sure there's plenty there that I don't understand, but I have a score for that. And the mood is awesome. The gameplay could use some work. Specifically the controls, it feels really, really clunky. I love the weather patterns, though. I think it's really, really cool. So, good work to the developer there. All right, you guys ready for the next game? Ready for the next game? I think it might be a rage game. Yeah, I think it might be a rage game. The non-free ride is, I think, it's probably going to be like challenges and stuff. Okay, Playhead. Y'all ready for Playhead? Our last game is... Oh, by the way, go vote for Sphere Buddy and Pedalverse. Guys, please vote for... in fact, just vote for all four. Go ahead and vote on every single poll, and then we'll get the final score there. So that we can get a final score at the end. So please vote for every single game, and then finally we're going to play Playhead. Okay, so this resolution is much lower than the text resolution, so I would make sure that this logo is 4K. The fonts feel inconsistent. So, for example, this. Let's see here. Let me show you guys what I mean here. I would match up all the photos. Not photos. All the. So I just want to show you why fonts are so important. For example, make sure that this font matches the logo font. So this is going to say demo, and I'm going to have it be really small, and I'm going to use Montserrat because I think it's basically the same, kind of. It might be Open Sans, but I would do this demo like that. And then I would have it right here. Click to start. Yeah, this is, I think it's Open Sans. Nice and clean. So I would definitely match those. It just looks more professional. You could even do a light one here, like this. But I click to start. Yeah, you can make this light. Much prettier, right? Versus this. It feels random. That font isn't the same as this one. So I just clean it up, make it look like that. That looks more professional. Okay, you guys ready? Oh, I'm on YouTube. Cool music. All right. So we've got some weird uppercase issues with the typography that makes it look cheap. And I'm not sure if this was intended. I don't know. But capital, 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 lowercase, capital, lowercase. Okay, this is a really cool concept though. Let's go ahead and start. So it's like I'm on YouTube. I could scroll down. This is hilarious. That's so funny. I'm on YouTube. You can collect those glitches in the level. They are optional, but I know all you gamers want to collect everything. If you get stuck on any level, you could skip to the next one. Come back at any time and remember to check the comments. That's hilarious. So what do I do? Okay, so I can drag this and then play. That's a cool concept. Very cool concept. I don't know what the X's are. Nice. So the movement feels a little sluggish. It feels heavy. I want less easing. I want it to go immediately. Great example is Mark Brown's Mind Over Magnet. This is so slippery. Look how slippery this is. And I understand it looks cool, but it doesn't feel good. So I would make it much more chunky and predictable and stop instant. Instant go, instant stop. We got another color theory issue here, which is, I won't get into it actually. Let's go ahead and keep playing. Click this. I think there's a cool concept here. It's a very cool concept. Somehow I died. If it truly gets puzzling, I think this could be a really, honestly, this could be an incredible concept for a game. I think the hook is very, very strong. I think visually, that's hilarious. Look, you could change the resolution. I think visually, it's not great. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's just go ahead and we'll talk about the music and the visuals in a sec. Let's get the game idea down. Let's play the game though. Really cool. They need to get Mark Brown to come in and do the art. Because Mark would make this game look so freaking good. I'm trying to figure like how far you could go with this mechanic. You know, I don't know. Oops. I just wonder, could you make it more like a video, you know? Because right now it feels like the slider is all it's doing is controlling a tween. So you're really just controlling the state between tweens, or a lerp. And I'm wondering, is there a way to make more of it feel like it's an actual YouTube video? Oh, careful, dude. Oh, that's funny. And you can set it to loop. Wait, what? Oh, that's restart. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to figure out what these controls do. I think the gimmick is pretty strong, but the graphics are just really hurting the game. It just doesn't look pretty. Lava there. Oh no. Man, the music is not, it's not doing it for me. What do we think, guys? What am I missing here? Make it full screen. What's the solution here? Don't slide, just skip? What do you mean? Oh! That's great! It's so clever. Lots of clever mechanics here. There's a lot here, guys. This is a really cool concept. I think this is a game that has a super solid hook, but the aesthetic is just hard for me to enjoy. Okay. Okay. So right there. So clever. Brilliant. Really cool concept here. Ah, so we're gonna get to right here, right there. Okay. So let's do this, and we'll talk in a sec about aesthetics, what I would do differently if it were my game. Ooh, Thomas, careful, bud. Cool. This is addicting, actually. It's really addicting. What level are we on currently? Look at this. This is hilarious. Okay, so aesthetically, what would I do differently? Let's go to the forest level. That's always the easiest to sort of... How do I go to the... There's little hints down here. That's hilarious. Okay, let's go to the forest level. Hang on. I'm gonna take a screenshot here. So something about... Are you guys cool if I go into the... how I would change the arts here, the art here to feel a little bit more premium. Really, really cool concept. I would be scared if I was the developer, to be completely honest, because it's a very straightforward and simple mechanic, and they better get this game out there quick, because it's a good mechanic. Um, no, I personally I don't think the music is I don't feel like the music is on track. I think it's not on the right track. I think it needs to be a lot more less obtrusive and also more memorable in terms of the melodies. What we've got here is we've got simple monochromatic gradients. Okay, so this is the gradient for this level. This is the color scheme that's being used. What I would prefer they do is actually choose a sky color. There's a lot of things you could do. I mean, you could keep it monochromatic if you want, but I just feel like it's really, really flat. And so I would choose like a tealish blue. Like this. Okay. Let's do this, actually. Let me think here. What colors would I choose for this level? Blue. Yeah, I think that could work. Sorry, I don't want to say the wrong thing here. Give me just a sec, guys. Okay, I think I've got it. First off, I wish there was, number one, a more subtle color gradient shift, or a subtle shift in hue from blue to green. I wish that was happening. I also wish that there weren't so many weird angles. It feels like it was like drawn in all one scene, and it's not actually like clean tile based. Because like with these puzzle games and these platformers, you want it to be super clean. You want it to be hyper predictable. And so everything in a nice grid and tile based makes a lot more sense to me. Okay, it's something. There's a psychological thing that happens where you just feel safe as the player when everything is structured in a grid. But also, I think that it also makes it easier to design a bunch of levels, because in my opinion, this is drawn by hand. This entire thing, and it should be modular. Okay, so let's go ahead and figure out our colors. Okay, so definitely what we want to do is green. I'm gonna follow basically the same color scheme here, but then we're gonna shift to a little bit more blue. So let's go to blue here, like this. There we go. Good, okay. And then finally, light blue. So I think we can get away with that. So there's my color scheme right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use guys, I'm going to be super simple here just to show you kind of how we can use color schemes to make our way forward. I'm going to do it in a much more clean approach here. So we're going to do, these are our bushes in the background. Everything feels really big too and clunky, and I would much rather a little bit more fidelity in the size of everything. So I can go forward like this, and we'll do clouds in a second, but I'm going to grab colors as we move forward and go a little bit bigger as we move forward. And we'll add gradients in a second to make it feel a little bit more foggy. It'll make sense in a sec, I promise. And I'm not saying I'm better. I'm saying this is just something for the developer to consider, to use a gradient shift of color as opposed to just a simple monochromatic hue shift. Monochromatic lightness shift, which I think is what was happening. So let's see here. Let's keep moving forward here. Let's make it a little bit bigger. So this is our bushes. And then you could also add subtle trees like this. Hang tight, guys. We're almost there. Okay. And I'm still trying to be respectful of the original art design and the art style and keep it fairly monochromatic and simple. I don't want to suddenly make a completely different looking game. So give me just a sec here. Merge these layers. And what we can do is just sort of use this as kind of like a stamp. Like that. We'll flip this one. Okay, and then the best thing to do when you have it's feeling really flat and monochromatic is just to add some pops of white. Let's see here. That'll do. And then over here, what we'll do, oopsie, I need to grab this and actually delete that and then go here. There we go. All right, almost there, guys, almost there. So what I'm going to do is above this, I'm going to do a white cloud. Big ones. Okay, and then in the background, we'll do a few more. Ready? Watch. Watch. Pay attention. Boop. Some down here as well. Some down here as well. Okay, so I can get rid of this. Next, what you want to do is add in some contrast between layers. So you can do just some light white here. You could even do it, guys, you could even do a pink. I always love doing a little bit of a pink because it makes it feel like morning. So something like this. Go a little bit yellow there. See? This I'm going to move over and in the background here. Add a little bit of a darkness at the top. And we'll vote in a sec, guys, promise. I just want to show you what we could do differently because one of you asked, what would you do different aesthetically? Okay, so each layer, you notice there's not a lot of separation. So what you could do to create separation is you could either do shadows, which I think I'm going to use shadows, or you can use highlights to create sort of a fog effect. But I'm going to just use shadows. Set it to overlay, though. Overlay is just going to darken and enhance the saturation of what's underneath it. Set that to overlay. And then with the foreground elements, what you want to do, in my opinion, what you want to do with the foreground elements is use squares, okay? So the idea would be to use modular pieces that are very, very saturated and dark. And those modular pieces can have little cuts in them, like this, just to make it feel like they're blocks. And then I could take that, let's do one more. I could take this, and I could just put these all over and create puzzles with it. See? You could create like 1 billion levels from this. Do you guys see what's going on here? Okay. We could have a small one. What you want to do is you want to make sure they all look like they're uniform in size. So you want to make sure those cuts are all identical. So if let's say I had a pillar here, you could do this. Okay, let's throw in the character and just actually what I want to do here is one more I want to take this, and if you go super dark here and saturated, you can create a much more interesting look for the whole game, as long as it's not interfering with the actual ground, okay, that you can walk on. Like that would be confusing because the player would say, well, can I jump on that, right? So you want to do something like this. And then you could also use just circles, okay? So like we were doing before, you could just create all these cool looking foreground elements. You could even go full black if you wanted to. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go full 00000 black. See? Just want to make sure that you're not confusing the player by putting it on the ground. Okay, next up, ground should be something that you can recognize and you go, okay, I can officially walk on that. You want the player to know that. And so what you want to do, and you want to do this modularly, I'm just going to do it in the actual art though. You want it to be clearly visible, something you can clearly walk on. Okay, so if I take this, I could actually apply this to the piece, to the modular piece, so that they always have grass on them. And then if I just fade this down like this and stretch, you can create little moss hanging. Boop, boop, burp, 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 burp. Does that make sense, guys, what I'm doing here? So there's that grass piece, right? And now what I'm going to actually make that thinner. There you go. Okay, so I have this grass piece here, and I can use this as a way of not only adding just a vibrant pop of color to the scene, but it tells the player, hey, you can walk on me. Okay? See that? I could even put one up here, right? But you need to be strategic on how you're doing this, because the truth is this needs to be modular, and how I'm doing it is not modular. They need to be individual pieces, which is not hard. They're just going to be prefabs in Unity. Okay. All right. So notice how we have a pop of color, but it's also it's a pop of color, but it also tells the player what they can walk on. All right. Final thing here is the player. The player is, what's the shape here? I would simplify it. And obviously you can add a stylized look to all of this. You know, you could add strokes of black around the character. That's fine. So it's a circle, circle, triangle with gloves, and then circle feet. So yeah, you could simplify it. You could do this. I'm going to choose a red that I think works for this environment. A little bit more of an orangey red. There's that. And then circle body. Yep, just like that. We're almost done, guys, and then we can do the rating. But I think this is important to be able to help the developer. Like, and it could be, look, that I'm just completely wrong here, you know. But I'm just trying to help and show sort of some art direction that we could do. The feet are squares. I actually really like the character design. The feet are not squares. They're half circles. The face is a play button, which I think is really funny. We could even, yeah, you could do that. And then just a little gloves. And I'm not going to add black legs and whatnot. I think this is actually fine the way it is. A little bit more contrast and scale here will be fine. And then what I like to do, bring that down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. We'll just add a little bit of shading here just to make him sort of pop. And that's the idea. So what we've got here is we've got a gradient of color. We've got a gradient of color going from blue to green. We've got pops of neon green. And then this character, I think what we could do is we could probably make him a little bit more orangey. Let's fade out the this too as well on one side. There we go. Make it look 3D. So that's the idea. That's the idea. If it's tiles, big modular pieces of tiles, it's easier to walk on. So does that make sense, guys? I think they should ignore you and finish the game, then instantly take your advice and make a second game, so no one takes the concept. Yep. All right, let's see here. Okay, yeah, it looks like strong bad, doesn't it? All right, one final thing here you could do, guys, is with modular pieces, you can add in these sort of gradients here, and these gradients will help make it feel more three-dimensional. And And you could add texture on there, all sorts of cool stuff. You could do highlights, lowlights, you know, the whole thing. Set that to overlay, do all sorts of gradients. What is the main art also has like some cool like rock or stone texture on it as well that you could do. But yeah, this is a much cleaner approach in my opinion. And you could build all sorts of levels off of these modular pieces, which is the end. That would be my end goal, you know. Okay, so yeah, guys, go ahead and vote on this game below. Vote on this game below. And so there's that, how that looks, and then here's how the sort of more chunky sketched look. So do you see how we're using gradients of color, and we're also using a cleaner look so that it's more modular and that you could build a lot of levels from it. So that's the idea, right? So that's just my thoughts on that. All right, go ahead and vote. All right. Go ahead and vote, guys. Go ahead and vote. Any questions before we move on? Any other questions before we move on? All right. Let's go ahead and check, and we will go from there. Let's go to all of our straw polls. The vote, if you want to vote, guys, the link is in the description. All links. So you vote for each game, whether you would recommend it or whether you wouldn't recommend it. Okay? So we want to vote as if we're playing a Steam game. So thumbs up or thumbs down. All right. How do you apply to be part of these reviews? I'm on Twitter. Thomas Brush Dev is my username. So just go follow me there, and then anytime I post about me playing your games, you'll know, and you can leave a comment of your link to the game. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and open up all of these. We're going to start with we're going to start with Playhead, and we'll go from there. Has everybody had a chance to vote? All right. So we've got 1,000 or 1,200 people watching, and only 80 people have voted for Playhead, for example. So go ahead and vote. No, we're not going to vote on YouTube because we have to vote for all 5 games, and each one has to be voted based on a percentage of the total votes. Because it's not fair, because a lot of people weren't here at the beginning, right? And so that one's going to get less votes. So that's not fair. And also, a lot of people might not have seen it, so they're not going to vote for it, right? So this is a better way to vote. Okay, go ahead and vote. We're only at 85 votes for Playhead. Why aren't we voting, guys? You guys come in, you consume the video, you watch it, and you don't even participate. It's just selfish. It's selfish altogether. Mr. Thomas, what other stuff is basic like color theory? Story is pretty basic. If you know the formula for story, like a classic story arc, you can pretty much mimic it and fit anything into it. Okay, well, we're okay. People are voting. Apparently, the guilt trip worked. Yeah, I'm seeing total views. So I'm across Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. We have 1,200 people watching. Okay, so people are still voting, which is fine. Okay. Well, we'll just go ahead. So shellfish. All right, ready? Is YouTube channel course a part of the full-time game dev course? No, it is not, Mikey. The guilt trip got you. All right, so it looks like we've got, let's start with Playhead. Playhead said 84% of the vote is recommended. What does that mean? That is a, is that very positive on Steam, guys? I always forget. Let's get ChatGPT to tell us. ChatGPT says, yeah, that's very positive. Nope, it's positive. That's positive. Let's take a look at it really quick. Oh, no, we're at very positive. Okay, so Playhead officially just got very positive. Moving down the line, Pedalverse, we're looking at mostly negative. Let's see here. 58%. So sorry, one sec here. 41%. So that's mixed, actually. So Pedalverse got mixed. And guys, what could Pedalverse do differently, right? What could Pedalverse do differently to ensure that it's not mixed? Does anyone have any feedback for Pedalverse? Me and my wife were talking about North Star, so I didn't know what the North Star really was, so we ChatGPT'd it. Have a goal. Well, that we were in free ride, so that's not really fair. Predictable controls is the problem. Acceleration, yeah, Jason, that's for sure. Acceleration felt really fast. Clean up the physics and controls. Yeah, it's mainly just controls. The goal, the mission, yeah, that's not a really fair critique because I just chose free ride. Okay, moving on. So Pedalverse got mixed. Playhead got very positive. Sphere Buddy, 26%, which is currently on Steam reviews, mostly negative. And oh, by the way, I gave 7 to Playhead. I gave 5 to Pedalverse, which is right where you guys are. I gave a 3 to Sphere Buddy, which is exactly where you guys are as well. So mostly negative. Tropicalia, I gave a 3 to that as well. Let's double check what we did with Tropicalia. Yeah, so 20%. So it's a 2 basically. And that is mostly negative. Okay. And then Deck of Haunts. I gave Deck of Haunts a 9. So you guys ready to take a look at Deck of Haunts? It looks like it's probably going to be between Playhead and Deck of Haunts. You ready, guys? Boop. Deck of Haunts is an 8.8, which Thomas was right on the money, gave it a 9. Deck of Haunts is officially the winner of today's Let's Review Your Games. And honestly, Deck of Haunts deserved it. It's really, really good. I would never play it because it's not my style. I don't understand those kind of games, but it was really good. I mean, it's clearly a great game. Playhead is Playhead was second place. Pedalverse was third place. Sphere Buddy was fourth, and then Tropicalia was fifth, I believe. Right? Am I missing something here? Yeah. Okay, what could Tropicalia do differently, guys? What could Tropicalia do differently? And what could Sphere Buddy do differently? Write this down in the chat so that the developers can read the chat and get some feedback that really helps them, okay? So write it down below. Okay, guys, this video, final little sponsored read here. This video is brought to you by my course, Full-Time Game Dev. I won't be shilling this course forever. This is, or for these live streams. This is just the New Year's sale event, and so it's the same as Black Friday. So I just wanted to share it with you. If you want to learn how to make games and learn how to make them in your bedroom, and not only that, how to get funded, right? Whether it's Steam or whether it's Kickstarter or publishers, or how to hit the Steam front page. I show everybody I show my 4,000 students how to do it. Now, why does Thomas have any say in how to do this? It's because I've done it multiple times. I've signed 4 publisher agreements. I have done 2 Kickstarter campaigns, both of which have raised $100,000. I've also had my own students do the same. Chris Stair here went full time. Okay, Bart Mamser went full time. Okay, Everflux Games got funded. These are actual students that went full time because of this course. Okay, granted, it's difficult, guys, to go full time. It's really difficult, but I show exactly how I've done it. And so check it out below. It's 50% off. You're not going to get a better deal than this for probably the rest of the year until Black Friday, which is in November. You also get my 2D and 3D art programs completely free. So check it out below. It's pretty awesome. It's ending soon. And also the seats are filling up. So check it out below. Links below. So yeah, as we wrap up here, I will say that I think Deck of Haunts is probably going to be a very successful game. If I had to predict which game's going to make a lot of money, it's Deck of Haunts. Now let's see if there's any articles about it, because it's just a solid game. Like, look at the branding. You know what it reminds me of is Balatro. Like, if we look at Balatro, it looks like what they were trying to do is capture that red color. See this red color, the red and blue right here? It's like they were trying to capitalize on that feel. Look at that, same color scheme. This is so brilliant. Basically, they're saying, hey, by the way, we want a piece of that pie. Look at this. Marketing is so important. Even though this game is like, it's a much tighter target market than Balatro. It's still, I think they're still trying to capitalize on that market. Balatro has it certainly has an edgy feel to it. And so if we take a look here, you can see, Thomas, just paste the freaking thing. Look at this. If we blur them, you can even see it. You can see how they basically use the same color scheme on purpose. See? Look at that. If we sample this, there's that. They just used a little bit more of navy blue in Balatro. See, look at that. Isn't that crazy? The red is almost identical. They knew what they were doing here. Maybe they didn't, but I think they did. And again, it's just the idea is to capitalize on what's working. And there's nothing wrong with that. Even this teal, look at this. With that emerald color. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, I see nothing wrong with that. I think that's the way you got to do it. But guys, let's take a look at the Steam page. I mean, it's Deck of Haunts. It's brilliantly done. Did you guys see the cell shaded effect when we played? Because I didn't. The lines here, I didn't see the lines. It looked different when I was playing it. I like this. This music's way better. Fall of House of Usher. Oh, I just got chills. That's a big deal. Look at that. They've just killed I love when the hook is so strong and so clear. Deck of Haunts invites you to become a malevolent haunted house. Now, you might be wondering, okay, becoming a haunted house isn't necessarily a fully unique hook. But the fact that it's a card game, which you could see clearly here, it's be a haunted house with a card game. I think it's brilliant. I really do. I think this is just, the art direction is so good. Let's take a look at Mantis. What else did Mantis do? So this is the publisher, actually. What's funny is Chris Sikowski tells you not to do this. He says that oftentimes publishers will take advantage of the developer link. So you click Mantis, but it takes you to Danjin. And so I've had to tell my publishers not to do that. Now, I'm not sure if that's what happened here, but it looks like that's what happened. Nothing here I recognize. Let's see. Let's take a look at Mantis and see who Mantis is, because they clearly know what they're doing. Mantis game developer. Mantis Games. I'm not seeing anything here. I know you can't see it. One sec. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's see what they've done. Journey for Elysium.
Can you hear me?
And hero, still upon you, Richard.
Looks kind of boring. Astro Harvest. I guess it's cool. Yeah, but you can't beat this. This looks so freaking good. It feels like Diablo or something. I don't know. Anyways, really cool. Really, really cool. How is that not banned, actually? What? Is there a fake link? Oh, this? It's not, it's okay. We're not saying the publisher did this on purpose. I'm not saying that. It actually happens by mistake. If Mantis doesn't put in the right URL, or I'm sorry, the right business name, it gets confused. This has happened to me before, and I don't even know if it works for Neversong. Let's see.
Once upon.
Oh, good. Okay, so there's mine. So it works for me. And all my games are here, ready to go. Okay, well, that's all we've got for today, guys. Thanks for hanging out.